Howdy, it's Uncle Paul, and I am taking a little walk on the Chisholm Trail. Okay, just got through voting early. Well, it's like 7 o'clock Tuesday morning, and there goes the rest of the family to vote early. Ooh, man, I'm back from my walk, and I put this in the crock pot this morning, and I just tasted it, and that's, I'm not giving this as a recipe, but just wanted to show you what I was doing. There's like 5 boneless, skinless chicken thighs in there with, a bag of veggie spirals, butternut squash in there, and I put I sprinkled some curry powder, some ginger, some salt and pepper, and I put a little bit of red pepper flakes, and sprinkled just a little bit of dried chopped onions, and what else? I put a little bit of butter in there, and chicken bone broth. I did find some chicken bone broth, and it wasn't that expensive, and a little bit of unsweetened almond milk, and it is very tasty. I can't wait to shred that chicken up and try it. Hurley, do you want me to come out there and see you? Huh? Okay. Hey, buddy, let me get you a couple treats, okay? I'll be right out. All right, well, something we've been waiting for years has finally happened. Show 'em, Ethan. Red Dead Redemption 2. It's gonna be a great weekend. Woohoo!
Well, it's Saturday morning, and it really feels nice out here. It's got to be in the upper 50s, I think. It's just very, and the sun's been shining the last couple of days. Today, it's supposed to be a real nice, sunny, but, you know, not too hot of a day. But that wasn't the Chisholm Trail that I was on, actually. Although the Chisholm Trail did go through Belton, Texas. And so one of these days, I need to look a little bit more into that bit of history of the town and the area. So before I get into my topic for this week, let me just show you a couple of more dishes, low-carb dishes that I made this week. Well, you know, the word diet, you know, in my mind, what I mean by diet is what it is that I'm eating, consuming at any particular time. And that is part of the definition of diet. It doesn't necessarily mean a restriction of any particular food in order to lose weight. It's just, this is what I'm eating, regardless. Most of the time of my life, you know, I've used it the way most people use it today, and most of us think about the word diet and the term diet to mean, you know, I'm restricting what I eat and the calories or whatever, how I eat, in order to get to a personal or a particular weight goal, to lose a certain amount of weight. Once I've hit that goal, then I'm getting off of this diet that's so restrictive, and then I'm gonna, a lot of times we have in our minds that we're gonna go back to eating the way we did before, but this time we're gonna be in control. We're not going to gain back all the weight. Well, for most people, that does not work, that idea of a diet. So many people lose the weight. I'm one, because I have a couple of times in the last 8 years I've lost a substantial amount of weight, 150 pounds a couple of different times, but both times I've gained back most, if not all, of that weight. Now I'm 51 years old, and who knows how much time I have left on this earth, but I really don't have the time, I don't think, to think of a diet in those terms of I'm going to go back, once I get to a certain point, I'm going to go back and eat the way I used to. That hasn't worked. I have to look at it as a lifestyle. And this is something that I've known for a long time, and in some ways it's been successful for me, but I really need to hone in on that, and I really need to practice that and prepare for that. I need to prepare for the eating that I'm doing as being a part of my lifestyle of weight loss and of good health. And so that's one reason why I am doing a lot of experimenting with cooking in particular ways I like low carb. I like that's my diet, my food plan is low carb. That works for me, So that's what I try to do. So I want to establish some good recipes, including, desserts as well. Things that are sustainable for me. And that's a real popular word that I do agree with. Something that's going to work long term and be a part of a lifestyle. I think if it's going to be successful, it has to be sustainable, which really means that, you have to be consistent with it. It's something that's going to help you be consistent, which we need. Humans, we need consistency when it comes to, all aspects of life, really, when it comes to religion, when it comes to our jobs, when it comes to education, anything that we do that we're trying to progress, improve ourselves, or be successful, we need to be consistent about it. It helps if we can do that, especially when it comes to losing weight and getting healthy. We need something that's going to be sustainable. And for me, the challenge for me is to make it something that I enjoy and look forward to, and don't see it as a chore or something negative, because I'm on a quote-unquote diet. So a lot of these recipes and things like that are ones that I want to create or turn to that I enjoy and will help me continue to maintain the right eating habit. Now, of course, this is all my opinion, but I think it's important. Those are some general things I think that really can be applied to anybody, no matter what your weight. But speaking as a morbidly obese person, at the age of 51, I think that's something that for me is growing more and more important, because I don't want to end my life as a morbidly obese person. I hope and pray that doesn't happen, because food and obesity, if you will, and my feelings about that have been a preoccupation in my mind almost all of my life. And in a lot of ways that's sad. In a lot of the ways I regret that, and I'm ashamed about that. However, on the other hand, to put a positive spin on it, to see a positive light here, I am who I am today because of my past. And that doesn't excuse me for the bad things or the actions that I've taken that have not been good for me. However, what's now at this point in my life what's in the past is in the past. I have to keep looking forward. So, so that's my goal. I do want to lose the weight and become healthy for myself spiritually, for myself physically, and hopefully that I would to be an example for other people, because I truly believe that what happens to me or the way the choices that I make are really up to me. No one's forced me to get this way and to remain this way. That hasn't been someone else's fault. That's all on me. So I really do believe that that I will be allowed success if I utilize the tools that are available to me, if I utilize those physical tools, but especially those spiritual tools that I have access to. If I do that, then there's no doubt in my mind that I can reach my potential. And I think a big part of it is having the mindset that this is a lifestyle. Good Sunday morning. Whew, well, I woke up just a little bit before 5 o'clock this morning, and I woke up from a dream, and it was a really strange dream. I was in high school, and I was taking a test in a class full of students, and the teacher happened to be, who is an old-time friend of mine that has cancer. He's older than me. He's a cancer survivor, actually. And he was the teacher, and so we're taking this test, and I know some of the answers on one side of the test, and they're essay questions, and I write those down, but on the other side, I didn't know any of the answers. And I was just so embarrassed about that and thinking, I'm going to do better next time. I'm going to study. Why did I not study enough for this test? And so the bell's about to ring and he's collecting the tests. And so I hand him mine with the side that I've got some answers on there and hoping he won't look at the other side. And so the bell rings and he finishes collecting the tests, and I'm packing up my stuff, trying to get out of there before he looks at my test. And so I'm packing up my stuff, and most everybody's gone. He says, "Chapman, don't leave yet." Boy. And I said, "What? You didn't look at my test, did you?" He said, "No, should I?" I said, No, don't look at my test, please, until I leave." And he said, "No, I just wanted to give these back to you." And on his desk, the corner of his desk, was a bunch of pictures that I had loaned to him. He said, these are those pictures from when you were fat. And he's handing them back to me. For some reason, I gave him a bunch of fat pictures showing him what I used to look like. And so I put them in my pack, and he gave me a bit of word of wisdom, which I don't remember what it was now from my dream, and then I headed on out of class. So what a strange dream. Interesting. But anyway, guys, it's time to go get on the scale. Okay, last week, of course, it's on 250. And it was on 8 down. Okay. Alright. I'm going to have to change the big one here. Down to the 200. Let's move this up to here. And that's on the 48. Let me stand up straight. Okay. Alright, well, this was hard with that thing on it, but that looks about right. 48, so that's 5, 6, 7 pounds on the week. Okay, guys, that is 7 pounds on the week. I'm happy with that. Thanks again for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, and I will see you next week.